Hello, everybody. I'm Kristin.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching Shadow and Bone, Season 2, Episode 8, No Funerals.
We did it. We made it.
We did do it. This was a good finale, too.
It was.
We, wrapped up some stuff at the beginning. So, okay, Mal was dead. These episodes are so long. Okay, Mal was dead, but in, Alina's grief, she did destroy the fold. And so when we got Nina back around, she was like, help him, help him, help him. And while Nina was doing Grisha CPR, Alina and Kirian talked for 4 hours.
It's too long. I mean, just also, cut him and be done with it.
It's also the exact same stuff they've been saying every time where it's you'll be all alone in X amount of years.
And she's like, I don't care. And he's like, you will care. She's like, I don't think so. Oh, but you will. Will I? Will you? I think you will. I
don't know. So that went on for a while, and Inej was killing the rest of the smoke monsters because they don't die unless he dies.
Mm-hmm.
And then meanwhile, back at their stronghold or whatever, they're all fighting them in the chapel as well. So once they're all dead, Inej throws the sword at the last one, which he's just conjured forth. And so it's right there when Alina needs it, and she kills him. Pretty great.
Yeah.
He is seemingly actual dead.
Mm-hmm. They set his ass on fire.
And they set him on fire. Super hardcore. And so then the ones in the chapel are good too, because they was just really touch and go, keeping it at bay.
Mm-hmm.
So once everything's actually over, all the fighting and stuff, they're regrouping everywhere, and then we just kind of do a lot of little vignettes.
Well, and we can't forget, Alina used Merzos.
She did.
To bring Mal back to life, and Nina was like, you're a dum-dum.
Yeah.
And then she immediately was like, I'm gonna move right over here.
Moonwalk right out of here.
I don't want any part of this.
Yeah. She even almost said something to Kaz. She was tiptoeing kind of around it, because Kaz was like, maybe you're a saint too, and she was like, I didn't do a single thing.
Yep, that was all her.
And then Mal had a really weird talk with Alina.
I saw it coming from a mile away.
Of course, absolutely, but he was like, you're not my true north anymore. And I was like, well, is it because you fulfilled your purpose, or is it because she took the darkness into herself?
What do you mean took the darkness?
She used the Merzos, so she's
I didn't even think of it that way.
Maybe she killed that part of herself somehow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I more or less took it as he fulfilled his purpose.
Okay. Well, either way, he also was like, we don't know if we fell in love because of destiny or whatever. And I kind of balk at that, because I especially in fantasy stuff, I like the notion of a soulmate.
Yeah.
It just suits for me. Yeah. And so people are like, you never had the chance. And it's like, but you're soulmates.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a thing.
And why would you want to? I don't know. I feel like his first outing, he's going to be like, oh, this sucks. This sucks. I don't like this. And then he
seems
go back.
to be vibing,
having a good time on the ship. Yeah. But I think the first time that he feels someone or feels something for someone, it's gonna be like, oh no, this is not it. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know.
We're left up in the air towards the end of this. Okay. Nina is given a pardon for deserting. I had forgotten that was a crime she committed. And she also gets a pardon for Matthias, which she goes directly to the prison to try to get that taken care of.
She really needed to go with, someone needed to go with her.
Okay.
My ass is fully chapped about that situation.
Me as well. She definitely needed to take someone with her, and she definitely needed to go to, the prison office.
Right.
This prison still has to have, a warden, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. She goes down to the fight pit and tries to get the same guard.
The turncoat guard.
Yeah.
That one. The one that is for sale. You're going to go to that guy?
Well,
I have a pardon.
That's the one that Kaz told her to go to.
I know, but he's for sale. But fucking Pekka Rollins, I'm over it.
I'm so over it.
I'm ready for him to go.
So he has basically become the leader of the prisoners, and he then gets Matthias to join him, like, and be like, he was like, I don't want your money. I just want to feel something else, which gave Pekka a little too much leeway because he was going to make him fight those wolves. And he, like, refused to do it. And the wolves even, like, came to his side about it. And then he killed a guard who was trying to force him to kill the wolves. And meanwhile, Nina did absolutely nothing except scream his name.
Yep. And then lose the pardon.
She lost the pardon. I mean, she might be able to get another one. I mean, something will happen.
Right.
She did try to kill Pekka at the last minute, but they, like, took her out. And, but Matthias did see her at the last minute, and his face changed.
And he yelled no.
Yeah. So I think he's more sad than mad now.
Yeah.
What else? What else are we doing? Okay. Do we want to do Kaz and Inej?
Sure.
Okay. They finally had a real good talk in the chapel. He came to find her to say goodbye, and they had a whole conversation about how, like, he's been secretly looking for her family, who was also sold, like, presumably the whole time he's known her. He's been looking for her family as well. And so he gives her the information he's already got. And then he actually does totally nut up and say, like, I want you to stay in Ketterdam because I want you to be with me because I want you. And look, not for nothing, but she's like, you can't touch me. Like, you physically can't do it. I don't want you like that. I want you, all of you, or not at all.
Which, I love to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, because why would you want a scrap of what you could have?
Yeah. And then she immediately had insane chemistry with Talia as they went on the ship. And I was like, get wrecked by Louis Tan. Do that instead. Let Kaz work his stuff out, but in the meantime, get yours. Also, again, they stopped him from reciting poetry.
I have a feeling that the only time that he will be able to fully recite something is, like, right before or while as he's dying.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, but I mean, that's probably going to be the running bit. And, like, the only time he could do it was when it was his last breath.
Lame. Anyway, I super loved that Kaz and Inej scene, and I do think that at some point they'll obviously find their way back to each other because their chemistry is insane.
Yeah.
Insane. Is there, like, does the barrel have a therapist? Can he go to, like,
I don't know, maybe just, like, practice and just being like, alive.
Yeah.
Alive. Alive. Just going, like, to alive things and just touching them for a little while.
Just start doing exposure therapy with Jesper and Wylan and be like,
you're alive. You're not dead.
Okay, so Nikolai got stabbed by one of the smoke monsters, and it's still in there. He had a really weird talk with the apparat about how he's doing everything wrong and weird, and he's doing his, like, coronation on a Fairytale holiday, which is, like, a bad move. So he goes to talk to Alina, who is, I guess, still gonna go through with this marriage now, especially that Mal is gone. She was there with him. I think she was wearing the ring again, and she was wearing a whole ass crown.
Was she wearing the ring?
I thought so.
I don't know.
Well, she was there with him standing on the dais for the coronation.
Mean, if you have a living saint, you're gonna want that there.
Well, one way or the other, he just was like, thank you for, like, being here for me.
Oh, and before he did that, he did see himself as a shadow monster.
In the mirror, yeah. He did do that as well. I feel like, can't she just, like, blow some light in there?
One would think. I don't know, or, like, stab him with
the shoe sword.
Yeah, and just kind of twist around and just, like, pop it right out. Yeah. And then get a Grisha to cauterize the wound. It's like fine.
It's like a biopsy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's alive, but he's not doing great. Jenya and Adric go looking for David in the kitchen, and they don't find him or a body. There is a spray of a red substance
on the dumbwaiter
on the wall. But yeah, we have not, unless he was eaten by the smoke monster. I still think there's a chance.
Me too.
I still think there's a chance.
Me too.
And Jenya found a ruby that he was going to give her and designs for a ring, which looked darling.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know if I can say darling about a rock that big, but it was pretty. It looked pretty. So Jenya, Zoya, and Alina are going to be like the new Grishas of the palace. And she wants Jenya to make the palace into like a refuge for anybody that needs it. And she wants Zoya to train the new Grisha. And she is going to go return the sword to Shuhan and try to make some alliances. The last thing is during the coronation, everything is fine. And then a Fjerdan woman puts something in her mouth as Kaz is telling Jesper, Wylan, and Nina about another job that they've got going. Oh, because earlier in the episode, they had said something about how, like, Ravka's gonna be... Oh, Nikolai said it. It's gonna be, like, weaker now that it's united because people are gonna see that it's united. The other countries are gonna see that it's united and come for them, like, faster and harder. So there's a new drug that Fjerda is using to amplify Grisha, like, 1,000 times, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so a woman takes it and then starts walking down the aisle. Nobody clocks her, and she is wearing red.
Yeah.
So much red. And no one clocks her until she actually starts doing the whatever. I kind of hate stuff like that, where it's like she's clearly in Alina's line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking straight down the aisle.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So she is a heart renderer, and so she just basically starts making everybody vomit blood.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess the like job is for the crows to like go after the supplier and take it off the market, I assume.
Infiltrate the dealers, find the supplier.
Infiltrate the dealers, find the supplier.
Yeah, I mean,
now it's a 22 Jump Street thing.
It is, yeah. It's like now all of a sudden we're watching like The Wire via Ketterdam.
Yeah.
Right before she's about to seemingly pass out, Alina summons the cut, but the dark
smoky
one.
cut!
And she cuts the woman in half. But she's like, I think the Apparat and Nikolai saw it, that it was dark, but I can't be 100% sure about that. But Alina is shocked.
Yeah.
Like, do you think she doesn't know she used Merzos to kill
she knew. Because she had the playback when Bagro was like, swear to me you will never use it because you won't know the cost until it's too late.
Yeah.
No, and she said, okay, and then was just like, I will do it anyway.
Okay. And then she got a real look on her face.
Yeah, she did. She was real pleased with herself. Please, Death Punch, because that's she's wanted that version of the cut from the beginning.
But she did it with the light.
I know. But so now, but I'm sure in her head, the way that she's justifying it, now she's like, see, I'm even stronger. She probably thought it wasn't as strong. Because I'm sure she probably was like, oh, you know, if my sun cutter was as bright as the other cut, then I would have killed him immediately or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm a little frustrated, but it might just be that I have OD'd on Shadow and Bone. So I might just be like, Alina, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm over you. Go away.
16 episodes in 15 days.
Yeah.
It's like a lot.
It's a lot.
But overall, though, I'm super into it. I really can't wait. I guess I really hope that they announce a season 3 soon. Yeah. Because if they announce a season 3, I did read an article that said, if season 2 is popular enough to warrant a season 3, they are also developing a Six of Crows spinoff.
Ooh.
Which I would be so down for.
Yeah, me too.
So that would be super duper fun. I really hope Netflix steps up. I do think there's gonna have to be a way to keep Ben Barnes around somehow.
I'm sure he'll probably manifest in Nikolai's. I thought we were going to see Ben Barnes' image in the mirror.
I kind of did too. Because I feel like, obviously, it's fine that Kerrigan's dead, but I do think that it's going to be missing something essential without Ben Barnes.
Right.
So I would be very interested to see if he manages to come back. But
what if
I mean,
he was like born of Nikolai's shoulder
ugh,
or something?
he's just like fully formed Ben Barnes crawls out of him. Yikes.
Never know.
Yeah, overall though, this was a really good season.
Mm-hmm.
I liked a lot of it. The fold is destroyed, which is like a big deal.
I'm excited to get a couple of days away from it because then I think it'll fully hit me how much I liked it.
Yeah.
Right now I just feel overloaded.
Also, did we get another thing in this? I feel like we got another beautiful.
The bee.
Yeah, no, Zoya got touched by a bee.
Very
in the fold.
obvious bee.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, and it was just like, okay.
A very deliberate bee.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that entails, but I thought we got another really beautiful thing in this one.
A sweeping statement?
Yeah. Or was it not the one that I forgot from the other day? When
I don't think there were any sweeping statements outside of like I'll have you the way I want or not
without your armor or not. I did forget to mention the one from Jenya that I really enjoyed when David was like, how did you find us? And she said Bagra amplified me so that I could search out familiar heartbeats, and I just was like, it was delightful.
And that was the whole thing because she like was trying to search for David and she couldn't find his heartbeat.
Yes, in the kitchen.
Think he's alive. I
think he might be alive too.
I would be very sad if he was not.
Yeah.
Because we just didn't see it. We need confirmation.
Yeah. And we saw Kerrigan expire. We watched the light leave his eyes.
He was charred.
He was
when they walked away from that funeral
and
pyre.
Then he also was burned. But we saw, it's not like they put him on the pyre while he was still alive.
Yeah.
We like, which would only make him stronger somehow.
Just keep trying to disfigure Ben Barnes as if it's not just going to weirdly make it hotter.
I know.
And it's just going to unlock like something in all of us being like, I didn't know that was a thing. Apparently it is.
It's a thing. You got that face. Everything you do is a thing. So yeah, I think that is it. Super good season. I've got my fingers crossed for more.
Me too.
Yeah.
Fingers, toesies.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. So apologies if I seem really low energy on this one. I really did enjoy it. It just was so much.
It really was intense.
A full meal every single time we watched it. And it was just kind of like, And
it took us 3 days and I still feel like it was longer than that.
Yeah. I feel like it's been 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And again, I cannot stress enough how much I
like
this show.
A real lot. It's just the episodes are just so dense. My husband has a theory that like they were given the option to like make 10 episodes to like spread things out a little bit more, but they potentially opted to keep it to only 8 so that they could have a higher budget per episode, which I think makes a ton of sense. The show looks expensive. It looks like it hasn't as much money as it needs. I love it.
Yeah,
that would explain why they're so crammed full and why they're a full hour plus.
But what's nice though is the story didn't feel rushed,
nor did it feel slow.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of information, but I think that is a sign of very like deft hands we were left in because
tight plotting.
Yeah, it was written really well. It didn't feel rushed. It was a lot of information, but we were able to digest it all. It looks great. It really does. I can't stress enough how much I enjoyed this show and this journey. So
all right, well, we hope you join us on our next outing. Not sure what it'll be yet, but
I feel like we are staring
following.
Down the barrel of so many things, and I don't know.
It's almost time for Barry. It's almost time for Yellow Jackets.
Almost time for Maisel.
Almost time for Riverdale. Almost time for Maisel. So we will be busy.
Yes.
Very soon. So yeah, keep your eye on us.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.